What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Everyday Real Talk. I appreciate you guys coming back today. And today's episode is actually going to come from a comment that I received recently on a post that I did where I was talking about how you're not asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong person, and the right person won't make your needs feel like a burden. So I got a comment on that post. And I love getting comments no matter what they are because they let me know that we all think differently. And it just gives me room for discussion on other topics or just give me ideas. And I love getting ideas of things to talk about. And the comment made was, let me see, because I wrote it down. The comment made was asking for what you don't deserve is the problem. And that it's not about your worth. It's about what someone is willing to provide determines your worth. And that made me stop and think because, for one, he, the person said asking for what I don't deserve is the problem. So I would never feel like me asking for anything is like something I don't deserve. For one, the first thing I said is the thing to think about is, am I asking for something that's unreasonable or is it just not the right person? That's the way my thought is gonna go with it every time. It's never gonna be, "I'm not worth what I'm asking," because that puts my worth in the hands of someone else. Nobody knows my worth but me. I place a feeling or value on what I think I'm worth. Now, I really think what they were trying to say got confused. I feel like because value and worth are two different things. Because the conversation then went into that um your worth depends on what society your worth to society depends on the value you bring to others. And so they decide I wrote it down this one reading. So they decide what you receive. Now, like I said, value and worth are two different things. Value, yeah, you can provide value to society, and society does play a decision into, is it something valuable to them? Is it something that's needed? But that's not going to decide my worth because if you're looking at the value I'm providing, you're looking at some type of service that I'm providing to society, and if it's needed, even with that, just to say that that decision is left well, it will. It's gonna be decided by society, whether you have value, whether you have something someone else wants, needs, or whatever. I even feel like in that instance, it's somebody's gonna always find some value in something that you do. We're not all gonna find the same value in something. He used, for example, that participate in capitalism because I'm on YouTube and YouTube goes by likes, subscribers, and all that type of thing, which is true. But I wouldn't stop what I'm doing because I'm not getting, say, a certain amount of likes or a certain amount of subscribers. Because I feel like what I'm doing now, it's not going to happen quickly. It's going to happen over a period of time because it's building stability and alignment with people who see value in what I'm talking about or who agree with it or they're learning something from it. And I'm okay with that. I was speaking in regards to relationships. So none of this comes into play to what the comment was as far as YouTube's likes and dislikes and with asking too much. Because you should never feel like you're asking too much from someone. Because we know everything that we ask for is not going to be given. So that's when I feel like you need to ask yourself, am I asking for reasonable things? Now, if you feel like you're asking for reasonable things and it's something that you desire or you should have, I feel like it could be an instance of you asking the wrong person. But you should never feel like you're lowering what you feel like you deserve to have or you feel like you want. I would never place my worth in the hands of anyone to make them feel like they can tell me whether I'm worthy of something, of what I'm asking for or not. That's just not gonna happen. My worth exists because I exist. It's not because of anything that I have to earn, anything that's predetermined by whether I'm accepted or rejected. And it's not determined by if anybody applauds what I do. That's a mindset. Your worth is your mindset. And as far as your value, different things you do provides value. A mechanic provides value. A teacher provides value. Doctors, nurses, just different skills. Any type of, I would say, a spiritual gifts provide value. Any type of thing you do that provides some type of service to someone and someone's getting something out of that, that's value. And I feel like that's still a mindset as well because you have people on social media that I may feel I don't see how they've gotten to be as big as they are on social media from what they do. But somebody finds value in what they do, no matter what I think. So I would also say that's based on individuality, what somebody feels. It could bring them joy, happiness. It's just based on different emotions to me. And like I always say, it's the energy, and that energy is what you're aligned with. So, ma'am or sir, whoever you are, yes, subscribers do influence popularity with the likes and dislikes and subscribers and all of that. But do they determine my worth as a human being? No, no, that will never happen with me. Never. So, yeah, I just wanted to come over here and talk about that because, like I said, I love when you guys leave comments, no matter what they are. I appreciate that. And it just makes for good conversation. It gives me a chance to address certain things and it gives me a chance to see how people think sometimes versus how I think. And even just how far I've come with things because there could have been a time that I would have fell into that trap of thinking. It, the problem is, am I worth what I'm asking for? But now they just I can't believe people think like that. But before we go, I want to leave you guys with some reflection questions because I want to know how you feel about it. And the first question would be, have you confused rejection with a lack of work? Without. Have you confused rejection with a lack of worth? Have you allowed anyone else's opinion affect how you define yourself? And the last one, are you looking for people who appreciate what you bring, or are you trying to convince people who never will? Because that's what I think he was trying to do. The point he was trying to say. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to convince anybody to appreciate me, but I do appreciate the people who align with what I bring. And I want to close with this. Your worth isn't something that another person can give you. Your worth comes within yourself. What changes from person to person and what can be decided is compatibility. But your worth can't be placed on someone else to decide for you because it would always be determined by the person that you're with, what they think about you. And that will vary from relationship to relationship. So let's think about it like this. Worth can't be determined by another person other than yourself, but what can be determined is the compatibility within that relationship with each other and the capacity for you to meet each other's needs. And if that's not aligned, then maybe you're asking the wrong person. But that's going to do it for this episode of Everyday Real Talk, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in again. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you like the video. You don't have to do it for likes, but if you like the video, like the video. And I will talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Bye. Keep the comments coming.